How are you all tonight? Thank you for coming over here and joining Life with Tashana. Well, we about growing over here, growing in the garden, growing in real life in all areas of your life. We believe in putting the garden together with whatever you're trying to grow through and go through in your own life and letting it grow together. But how y'all doing tonight? I just came through to let me say hi to y'all. Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Oh, I'm sorry. There I am. Hey y'all, how y'all doing? um, I just wanted to come through tonight and like find out. It's like who all been. I know it's been a minute since I did anything that had to do with my garden or anything like that right there. And I can say that I've been thoroughly pleased to be able to go around and see that there is other people that have been rocking with me for a minute, and I can see um, that they have their garden and things going, looking everything looking really good and everything, and I'm so excited about that because I still haven't made it out into the garden yet, but I do have a plan of Monday starting back to at least do my bed so like I can get um all of my lettuce and all of that kind of stuff back to growing and starting something, but I never stopped growing anyways. We had mangoes, which we still a little bit overflowing with those. Um, and we still have bananas as a matter of fact, I made a banana pudding ill today. Anyways, and still got pineapples. We still got some stuff back there growing, but hopefully you all are still going and growing your things, even though right now that's not the season that we're in over here. But still, whatever season that y'all in, I want to be able to encourage you in that season, whatever that season may be for you. One of the other things that is for those of y'all who know that probably came through on yesterday. Yesterday was not one of my better days. It wasn't the worst day ever, but it was just like on yesterday, everything was just pronounced so loud. Whereas like, from time to time, like you pick your battles as a parent, as a person, point blank, period. Like some things that is like really big to you on this day, maybe on another day it's just like I don't got time for that right there. But there are things, and it was just like those things that was happening yesterday was just like screaming loud at me. Nothing really serious was just happening. I guess it was just my day to feel some type of way about whatever it was that I was going through on yesterday. And so, you know, ain't nobody said nothing out of the way to me, no nothing. It was just like questions being asked and everything, and several different things that was just happening that made yesterday kind of a irritating day. But here we are today, and today turned out absolutely beautiful. And before I finish saying anything about today, hopefully whoever over in this like Florida area, Florida, Georgia, anywhere up in those areas, you connected to Florida in any kind of way, hopefully you gotten yourself prepared for these storms that's about to come through, whether it's to stop you from getting flooded or whatever it may be. I hope you got your preparations done, because here in Florida they good for you may not have no lights for a week or two. But that's a small price to pay when you don't have a whole bunch of damage or whatever. But just in case those things happen, y'all know here in Florida, this hurricane season come through, you have to stay ready. You have to stay ready. So at least have that part of it done. Have yourself prepared for whatever, how you gonna cook, how you gonna do X, Y, and Z, how you gonna stop your stuff from going bad in your refrigerator. Do you got gas? Do you got this? Do you got that? You know, all the things that you do to prep. If you here in Florida, then you already know what it is. Don't play around with the don't play around with the storms. Get it together with the quickness. Um but I just wanted to say that because we try to remind each other to stay prepared. We talk about stuff like canning. I don't know how to do none of it, and I make that very clear. But it'd be a lot of people over here that rock with me that know how to do canning and all of that good stuff like that. We over here about learning, and we talk about whatever. This a life, just in life general. But compared to what yesterday turned out to be, today turned out to be an excellent day. Um Pretty much I'll say, we got out and about, and we went out on the water today. Always going out on the water is just, that's a peaceful place, point blank, period. In itself. For me and the girls just went and hung out today. It was just good. It didn't We didn't stay out no long amount of time or whatever, because there was some storms and stuff. The bands of the storm is already starting to come through on our side of town or whatever. So we had to go out and do what we got to do and bring it on back in. But it was good to be out. We did stay out for at least about 4 hours. So, that was cool. But, other than that, it's like everything, this journey that I'm on and everything is going good. There's no extra things or whatever that just happened. I've just kind of been like in, chill mode, relaxation. And now I'm finished with one thing. Well, I ain't finished with one thing. I've been going through like 4 or 5 things all at the same time. It's just some of them that I ain't even saying anything about. But right now in this moment is like this whole menopause thing that is happening over here is just like this bloating and stuff like this. And so like I'm in the middle of walking with a lot of extra swelling and stuff on me, feeling like I done gained every pound back that I did, but we'll see. Maybe I have gained a whole bunch of it back or whatever. Because to be honest, ever since I left and came back, I haven't been doing any of the things that I was doing before. Everything has changed. So I haven't been as active as I was. And on top of it, talking about being active, my back has been very, very active. So it's been one of the things that's been stopping me from doing some of the things that I want to do. And then too, I also have to be thankful for the pain that I have in my back, because it's done saved me from several other situations that I've been going through. I ain't touch on them yet. We'll touch on them at some as at some point. But for right now in the process, I would say that everything is everything is going good right now. At this point, I'm trying to get back in the groove of coming back on, and talking about some other things or whatever. But what you got on the forefront is what you got on the forefront. So I didn't come through to stay long. You know how it is when I'm trying to get back into my groove of coming back on and getting into stuff, getting into talking to you all. I don't know how many more animals and stuff. We done decided to get rid of some of the animals and stuff that we have. And we gonna see. It ain't, well, we didn't actually decide, because there's animals that we are responsible for. There's animals that my husband be responsible for and everything. So he decided that his part of it, that he no longer want to do that. So we turning to loose some things and then doing some other things. So we'll see what's gonna come about from there. Whatever makes things easier for me, because I just figured, hey, Corinne, how are you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you in the building, girl. How is everything going? You getting ready to go back to school? I wish I did, and I did wish I had. And I don't even eat watermelon, but I wish I had some growing out there in the garden, at least for my kids. Um, uh, yeah, don't it be at the end of the year, you be like ready for them to take your little bag behind on home to your mom and them. You be ready to get rid of them, but then it's like throughout that summer, it's like, oh, I wish I miss my kids. It's like you be all over the place when it come down to those children. But yeah, the year getting ready to be exciting all over again, getting ready for the kids to go back to school, and then I have a new transit bus. Oh, all right then. I used to drive those. They had this one lady that was called like the nanny or something like that, where she used to go to people's house and stuff like that on TV. But she had this little it was like this little truck or something. It ain't like a SUV or something like that, a truck, a van, whatever, however you want to call it. But I used to drive one of those and transport disabled people, like what they call it, a wheelchair. It was a wheelchair accessible van, but it was like the nanny Mc, not Nanny McPhee. That was a movie. Yeah, but I used to love doing that too. Yeah, just used to love being around people. Sped. Um, yeah, that's I strictly, and that was something I like doing. You know, dealing with the disabled. Um, oh, okay then. Okay, all right then. So you got I've done that before too. Child, please done got banged up a couple of times doing that right. Right there. And right now today, people be trying to tell me some you should drive buses. Honey, you gotta know your place and know where you're supposed to be at, because right now in my life, I know driving school buses is definitely not for me. You know how kids ain't like they used to be no more back in the days. It's like they getting a little bit more disrespectful and say whatever they want to say to you and stuff like that. So it's like, I know I ain't built for that kind of stuff right there. So I'm just like, no, let me stay in my lane. Let me stay in my lane over here before I be in some trouble or something. So uh I done I did my time already. I already done did it. Yes, goodness. Enough. But I definitely enjoyed doing um driving the van for the disabled. And they call it a wheelchair accessible. So yeah, that. But you know what? I didn't come on here to stay live, but Corinne, it was definitely good to see you. I ain't seen you in a minute. You know, I be all the parents will curse me out this year. That's a whole nother ball game. See, I think I could deal with the parents and everything, but like these kids and stuff, child, that's a whole different that's a whole different situation, like right there. So no, but I don't know. I didn't really have anything to talk about, but you know how we come over here and we get in the chat, and then it start a whole nother conversation by a question or something that somebody asked. But if anybody got a question or anything like that, or something that may have happened the day in your life that you probably want to talk about, or something, what you think about, whatever, and then let's decide we want to talk about that, or is we gonna talk about that. But I really didn't come on with a whole bunch of, I have something to tell you. Go ahead and tell me, Korean. um I ain't really come on with anything really to talk about it, because like I said, y'all know how it is when I'm trying to get back into my groove of and it seems like every time I get ready to get back into my groove of getting back on here like every day, like before, it's another thing that happens. So I'm just learning to go with the flow of however things may happen. Anyways, when I first came on here, I always just like, I never was, I got to do this certain thing on this day. I got to do this certain thing. I just let it, whenever I feel it, I come on, and then I just let it flow from there. So, I ordered a watermelon from Walmart, right? Okay, gotcha. Charlie, it wasn't one of them ones where you trying to chew it and then it don't do nothing. because I've been seeing all these different videos and stuff about this weird fruit and stuff that they've been getting. And I seen one video where somebody had got it and they said they sent me watermelons. Seeds. I thought of you. Oh, that's even better. So you okay? Wait a minute. So you ordered a watermelon and they sent you watermelon seeds. God is trying to tell you something. Let me quit. They sent you the seeds instead of the watermelon. Okay, yeah, they trying to tell you go. Now I know. I know when they sent you them watermelon seeds, and you thought over here is like, let me go ahead and push them on down in the ground. Let me go ahead and push them on in the ground. Put them somewhere, Korean. Girl, you still got a little bit of time. All this heat that we be going through over here. Cause I still haven't given, even though some of the things that I normally grow, I haven't given up on any of those things because I don't have any like vegetables or anything like that out there growing right now. So, and it's kind of cringy to not um have anything in that way out there growing. Um, but I ain't give up on it, and whether the season gone for it or not, I'm gonna still go out there and plant it and see what it do. Cause this weather, you don't know what you're gonna get. You don't know what you're gonna get over here in Florida. Sometimes we're supposed to be having winter, and it's just as hot as the summertime over here. So I'm gonna try it anyways. But it's called rattlesnake watermelon seeds. Child, I ain't never heard of that. I guess the watermelon reach back and bite you back when you bite it. I don't know. I ain't never heard of that. This I did sugar babies this year, but again, that I started it and then I ended up walking away from it and everything out there. And the only thing that did survive out there still, and it's still going, like, we ain't stopping. It's got okras out there, and the okra out there is probably about this long. Cause there's nobody tending to it at this point right now. We just gonna run it over with the lawnmower, and you'll till it up. But right now, I'm not even interested. I'm not even interested in that part. Y'all know my other garden bed. I'm just interested in putting that back together and getting like all of my lettuce, my cabbages, and spinach. I'm gonna plant more tomatoes. Y'all will see when I start back getting it. But that's the kind of stuff right now I'm interested in. So hopefully all of y'all continuing to grow something. And if you ain't growing nothing on the outside, then continue to grow on the inside. Ain't nothing better than growing from the inside out. So but yeah, so what you gonna do with the seeds, Korean? What are you gonna do with your seeds? How about your beautiful sunflower? Now from my sunflowers, I got a whole bunch. I have a lot of seeds that came from the sunflowers, and I have a big bag of them that I wanted to go out and plant. You remember I said that I wanted to do a whole field of the sunflowers, and that ain't necessarily when I actually. It would be a good time if I had it in me to go out there and till up the ground tomorrow and run over the ground and throw the sunflower seeds in, because of all this rain that we're about to get would absolutely make a well, absolutely. I hear you, Korean. All of this rain that we're about to get would absolutely give those sunflowers like an amazing start. And I want to see a whole bunch of sunflowers growing in one place at one time, because you got to admit the sunflowers was a hit, wasn't it, when they was coming up, to go out there and see all those sunflowers just swaying in the wind. To say, I'm sending it back. I want my $10 back. I know that's right. How many watermelon seeds came. That must have been a big old pack of watermelon seeds. If you got if they charge you $10 for a pack of watermelon seeds. Well, it don't necessarily have to be a big one because I be thinking about when I cut a watermelon open, I just take the seeds from out of it. Then, yeah, okay, then, because I'm figuring if it's $10, that gotta be a big pack of seeds, because you know you get the regular package, and those be like $4.49, $4.50. It's according to if you getting them organic or whatever it is. I don't be thinking about them in that way. When I be thinking about it, when I cut the watermelon open, my kids know. Don't throw them seeds in the garbage. I don't care if it got 1,000 seeds in it. Save every last one of them. We gonna have watermelon growing everywhere around this thing. You know, some of them work in the places that you put them in, and some of them don't. We usually get like a surprise, but I knew that for $10 that had to be a pretty nice size package. When all you really need, if they just send you a watermelon with some seeds in it, you can have both at the same time for the same $10. That's what I be trying to tell people. You don't need no seeds. Pick the seeds out of the stuff that you already get and grow your own stuff from that. They said your watermelon has been delivered. I thought my name. So, you thought they stole it or they sold it? Oh my God. And then for you to go in there and then see that little old pack of compared to the size that watermelon is supposed to be, to see that little old pack of seeds compared to what the watermelon is supposed to be. You was like, oh Lord, they don't put the watermelon in the bag, but they seeds, not the watermelon. Yeah. See, I ain't never now I done did a grocery order. I done did a grocery order, a small one, like for them to deliver some small stuff. I used to do that too. I used to love doing that too. So the seed packet was in the mix. Oh no. Uh-uh. Yeah, you was all tuned up for that watermelon, weren't you? To get you some seeds. I tell you, God is trying to tell you something. I'm trying to tell you, girl. That's why they sent you that's why they sent you that. They was like, it was time for you to pull that pot out and go ahead and stick the seed down in the pot. See, before this year was over with, probably in a couple of months, you would have had you some watermelon that you grew. Hey, Callie, how you doing? I'm here just recovering from you and growing with Hudson both, because I believe she finally got her surgery too. I hope everything went well for you. I'm just here recovering from surgery. Hard to message or comment with one hand. Ooh, Lord. Alrighty then. Well, I hope you a speedy recovery. And everything back where in its proper place and come back all together the way it's supposed to be. I thought my neighbor stole my watermelon. Yeah, praying for healing. I know that's right. Yeah, Callie, I didn't know that. You still getting my thumbs. Well, then you got, yeah, that with the good hand. With the good hand, unless you know they have it propped up where they have it always sticking up in there. Everybody be getting a thumbs up. Yeah. Yeah, you take your time, let that hand heal up, use the other hand, move slow and steady. Type on away, girl. But yeah, I believe growing with Hudson, she either had her surgery yesterday or today. So, I'm glad to see that everybody came through and made their way through their situation. I'm glad you came back on this side with the good hand. I know that's right, with the good hand. And be thankful for the one good hand that you have, because sometimes people ain't grateful for that one hand that you have working. Put it to work. It do the same thing the other hand do. You might have to learn to do it a little bit different with the other hand, but they do the same thing. Move that thumb up this live. Yeah, thumbs up the live. Thank y'all very much for coming through. But like I said, I just wanted to come on and you know, just give y'all a little bit of an update. Didn't want to stay on for too long, you know, because I really ain't got no subject or whatever. So that's why I always call just you know, come through and we talk about whatever it is that we want to talk about on these nights right here, up until it start to be like 2.5 hours and all of that going on. Hey TNT, how you doing tonight? Yes, thank the Lord for. I know that's right. Thank you for coming back onto this side of life. You got one more day. You're looking good and healthy. Yes, I am. And I was just saying just a few minutes ago that I have gained some of my weight back, so much so that and I wouldn't even call it weight. What is happening is I'm still staying on a path of like, and I'm still eating the same way that I was losing the weight. The only thing is right now I'm not active like I was before. But also on top of it, I told you how when with this whole menopause thing that I'm going through, every time it come time for you know, that lady that visit us once every month, when it's time for her to show up, and even though she don't show up, it's like it put, oh, I want to say it's somewhere between 40 and 50 pounds every time of like just excessive water weight or whatever every single time. And then like when that time is over, like I go back down to like the size that I am, and it's just like a up and down thing. So, you know, it is it is what it is. Hey, Pretty Brown, how you doing, girl? How are you? You know, I like a 2 hour situation. Yeah, well, I'm just saying, you know, I don't have no problem with talking or no nothing. I'm just saying that I came through and I came to see what y'all, you know, y'all had to talk about. I don't have anything else to do but self go to bed and go to sleep tonight. But I came through to see, you know, what was good with y'all. You know, yesterday I had a bad day. Today was a good day. I had plans for today. The plans didn't even work out the way that I thought they was work out, but it was yet and still it was a plan and it was a good day. So, you know, but it's good to see you too, TNT Enterprise. We not the not the menopause. I believe I'm finally on the better side of that. Listen, I hope the better side of that for me, the better side of menopause for me. You know, somebody came in my chat and told me, I think it was Miss Coffee that came and said that you have to be on the right side of it for 2 years before you can count it done and over with. That's a long time. That's a long time waiting on her to decide whether she gonna go on by her business, going on by her business or something. Um, yeah, no, I don't. You know, I. So Kelly, is that the side that you talking about? The side where she don't show up no more? That's the side that you talking about. You believe you finally on the better side of it? Cause that's the side that I'm trying. That's the side I'm trying to get on. I'm experiencing menopause. Woo! Still sleeping with a fan in my face. Okay, see, Callie, that's why I'm trying to join that club over there on that side where you don't have to deal with you don't have to deal with her at all. Oh, that's where I'm trying to be at. Cool. Child, I thought I was doing something when I missed it two times back to back. Oh, girl, I thought I was scot free. I really did. I thought I was doing something. Until somebody came in the chat and then wiped it right off my face. Nah, baby, you gotta wait for 2 consecutive years that it did not show up to be sure that it's done. Done and over with. See, I kind of feel like I'm like one of those people. Well, you swear it's done. You got your tubes tied, burnt, and everything. You done did the whole fireworks. But I'm the kind of person that even though I had all of that done and stuff, I still feel like I'm like one of those people that when you least expect it, like you going to the doctor and then they come and they surprise you and say, ma'am, um, congratulations, you you pregnant. Honey, you better 5150 me right then. Yes, girl, it's hard, and I'm through menopause and still go through the motions, but the flashes in the heat is unacceptable. Oh yeah, you got that's when you want to make you one of them makeshift a makeshift fan with a cup of ice or something flowing through there, trying to cool off. And then now where I have them at real bad is when you at nighttime. And let me tell you something. When you going through menopause and you sleep at nighttime, and see, I got a husband that he like to cover you up at nighttime. So I want you to imagine this happening. You going through a hot flash, right? You kick the cover off of yourself, but you got a husband that laying in the bed next to you that love to keep covering you up at nighttime. So you not only angry with the with the hot flash, but you mad because this joke over here keep on throwing the cover back on you and you trying to cool off. You trying to get cooler. You be like, can you please leave that damn cover? Leave the cover alone. I'm trying to cool off. I'm sweating. But they don't be getting it. They don't be getting it. Mine ran away. I told her she's not welcome back. Oh, that's what I gotta do, Corinne. I gotta talk to her. I need to start talking to her. Yes, 2 years. Yes, I thought I was doing something with 2 months. So y'all know I was way I was way off the game. I was way off. I've been drinking cold water at night. What that do? Oh, help cool you off? To drink the cool water. I'm with who say they using got the fan turned on at nighttime. The fan and the air conditioning and everything else that go with it. And sometimes you got to get up and move to another room or something because it's cooler in one room than it is in the other room. It's so many it's so many emotions up and down that us women be going through. And here we do. We got somebody who say they want to be us. Oh, I want you to have the whole package. I want you to have the whole experience, not just the good parts of it. I want you to have the whole woman experience. Yes, go ahead and have it. You can have it. But yeah, the scariest thing about mine's on is that I feel like I'm just right when I think there's no more. I ain't doing it no more. Then the doctor just show up one day and just say, congratulations. I don't want it. I don't want no more. Speaking of kicking, who kicking? Yeah, I live with this fan on my nightstand. I know that's right. Right next to the bed where you can click it, where you can turn it up and down as you need to. My mama kicked my girl. Are you serious, girl? What are you to? I just, you were. Are you serious? Like, are you talking about like in a serious situation? I ain't gonna say it out loud. Y'all have to read it in the chat. Oh my gosh. Girl. Then we woke up this morning and went to the pharmacy. Like nothing happened. Hey, sometimes it be like that. You don't know what they don't worked out in the middle and what they don't worked out in the middle of the night. You ain't got nothing to do with that. But it do be strange like that. Like, right. Like we just saw y'all yesterday, last night, and y'all was doing this right here, and all of a sudden it's like we crazy now. We ain't see none of that happen. Woo. Uh mm. It be like that sometimes. You just don't know what happened. Whatever. Somebody probably laid it down and say, yeah, I probably better leave that alone right there. Somebody messed around and found out. You just never know. But you crazy girl. That's funny. That's sometimes that be them frustrations coming all together at one time. That come out of bag on you real quick. I just cannot believe it. I don't even want to picture it. I don't even want to picture that. Did you ever start your page, Miss Pretty Brown? You might as well have started it when you was up here the other night. Go ahead and start your situation. Let me see what time it is. Remember, she had them running down the road. No, I don't remember that. I must have been missing in action for a long time. Right, TNT Enterprise. It be like that sometimes. I bet you a lot of kids look at things in that way. It's like they can see mom and daddy going at it or whatever right there in front of them, and then it's like you disappear, and then you come out the next day, and it's like, oh, everything is just fine. I just to even think about that, like what be going through kids' mind when they see just 1 minute they you going back and forth arguing, fussing at each other, and then it's like you can go away and disappear for a couple of seconds or whatever, and it's like, oh, what you want on your sandwich? What you want on your sandwich? And the kids be like, mm. So that's kind of how y'all feel today, walking around like ain't nothing, not a thing, ain't nothing happened. But actually, you just be on the outside of what actually happened. You know, when you go, you either decide, we gonna keep this going, we gonna decide to let it go, or one side gonna win and the other side gonna lose. It's only those couple of ways that it's gonna go. We just gonna decide to leave it alone, or I don't want this one and you done lost. That's how I go. But just like that. What y'all doing? Y'all going to church in the morning? Cause we up. This almost 12 o'clock. Almost 12 o'clock at night. And we gonna end this live before 12 o'clock. I know I'm not on me. I be doing bedside Baptist. They both need to go in. They both need to go in the morning. Okay, well maybe they will be there. Maybe they will be there in the morning. What they gonna do for him? She got tired of him. I'm sure she didn't kick him for no reason. Hey, I bet she did. I bet she didn't either. Probably should have kicked him a whole long time. And I'm not condoning violence. I'm not, but yeah, sometimes a swift one can do good. He ain't going to trust me. I don't care if she kicked him 2 or 3 times. He ain't go nowhere. He ain't go nowhere. He probably was surprised when he got kicked. Very surprised, like shocked. Online church for me. Yeah, Korean, that's what I call bedside Baptist. Oh, bedside, He he still, you say he ain't. What you mean he ain't? He ain't there? You saying he ain't there? Are you saying he ain't going nowhere? Yeah, that TNT. That's what a whole lot of people did. You saying he ain't? Are you saying he is there, or he ain't, or that he ain't going nowhere? Yeah, yeah, bedside Baptist. Oh, okay. Then I wait a minute. I was getting shocked when she said TNT said he left. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out. Oh, that's why. Hey, that's what I said. He ain't going nowhere. I knew it. He ain't going nowhere. Don't worry, he'll be back. She TNT. She said he ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. I figured that much. I couldn't even imagine that. He would have anyway. Has anyone? Let everyone see. Yes, I seen that. Did you see it, Kelly? Divorce in the Black. Did anybody see? Has anyone seen Divorce in the Black? I seen that, girl. I thought Megan was gonna be like the little timid, scary girl in that movie, and I thought maybe one of her boys, her brothers or something, was gonna get it in or whatever, get him away from her, whatever, honey child. Megan can't. Megan, Megan went all the way back to the hood on that. She begged for, please touch me. And yeah, she came out of bag on him. But yes, I just watched that, Kelly. I think probably uh like a week ago. Yeah, TNT watched it around the same time I did. It was a good. I thought it was a good movie. Yeah, he did. I thought he really played that part, especially when you see people they married together out in the real world or whatever. You can't even imagine. They ain't never. You can't even play that role because you ain't never had that that in your life. When you see him like that right there, I would have never thought that he would come out and he did his thing on that part. Yes he did. Corey played that part too well. I don't know, almost made me think he might be a little bit, he might identify with that character that he played it so well. Yeah. Do it till you satisfied. Yes, whatever it is. Just think about that saying, whatever it is, do it and do it until you satisfied. Because when you satisfied with it, you'll push it away and you'll do something different. When you satisfied with what you've been getting, get something different. Love Tyler, but he needs writer. He absolutely do. He just like Eddie Murphy. When Eddie Murphy started playing all them different parts and stuff, he was like, Eddie Murphy, it's time for you to pay somebody else a little bit of that money and stop being all of the characters in the whole movie. Yeah, absolutely he needs some more writers. Tyler trying to keep all the coins to his own self. That's what I told her when she was apologizing to me. Apologizing to you for what? Because you witnessed it. That what she apologized to you for? Megan was the only child. I actually thought it was going to be her dad. I ain't know who, but I actually think though when he messed with the daddy, I think that's what he messed up right there. All the gangster came out of all the gangster came out of her when he messed with her daddy. It wasn't even her mama. So he messed with her mama at the grocery store or something like that. He ran into her mama and like went off on her mama or something like that. But yeah, he cried. I thought that's when all the lines had been crossed when he ran into the mama. But whatever he had did when he got into it with the daddy, it was like, okay. Megan was like, okay, we're gonna have to show you now. They both divorced oh, that is true. Pretty Brown, I ain't even think about that. They is both divorced in real life. Yep. I don't forgot which one of them twins Corey was married to, but then Megan was married to that pastor guy. What about abducted at an HBCU? And that's a new movie. I ain't heard. I haven't heard about that. What that song, Callie? Megan was an only child. I actually thought it was going to be her dad. Well, in the movie, did I thought those other boys was like her brothers and stuff that was in the movie. That's what I thought. Maybe I ain't pay attention. I need to go back and watch it one more time. But I thought in the movie, I thought that you remember it was some guys that had beat him up because you know sometimes you be watching a movie and then other people be trying to talk to you in the middle of the movie, so you miss a part. And me, for whatever reason, it just don't click into me that I can rewind the movie or pause it while somebody talking to me. I still be trying to hear it and be getting irritated that somebody trying to talk to me during the that part of the movie. Like I can't go back and rewind. That's how I be doing with movies, especially when they be getting good. She knew he wasn't going to stop. She baited him. Yeah, she begged him. She begged him at the end to do something. I'm falling asleep. Good night. Good night, Corinne. Good night. I'm glad to see you come through. Thank you again. I do believe he did. Hey Selena. How you doing tonight? Thank you for coming through. I cut it off when they girl, I forgot about that part of the movie. I forgot about that part of the movie. That part of the movie made me so sick on the stomach. I thought, that was like the creepiest. That was a super creepy part. If when they absolutely when they took that when they removed that body from that casket, when they took him from, did they take him from all the way out of the thing? Child, I don't even know, but I definitely remember that part, and that the lady was so mean. I thought people be saying that I be mean and stuff sometime, but that was mean. I could never see myself doing that. But she had done got mad. It's like, I actually been in a situation like that before, but not to that effect. I had somebody, it's on Lifetime. It's new. Okay, then let me write that movie down that you had that you told me about, Kelly. I can go and watch maybe the night when I get off of here. That's gonna be my movie to go and abducted at an HBCU. That can be my movie the night when I get off of here at HBCU. Okay, that probably be my movie tonight that I watch when I get off here. But I don't know if any of y'all ever been in a situation, but I got kids. I have kids prior to my marriage. So before I got married, and hey to anybody that I didn't speak to when I came in, I'm a little bit behind in the chat. But yeah, they did take him all the way out the casket, but I'm telling you that part right there, I ain't never seen no stuff like it. That part of the movie reminded me of the lady that was standing up in front of the church at her son's funeral, and she was talking about how everybody, y'all know that video I'm talking about, when that mama was not playing at that funeral, all them people showed up in there and she started going off on them. I'm talking about in real life. I ain't talking about the movie. That part of the movie reminded me of that. But in the movie, it's like when people do something for you and then they have to tell the whole entire world. So I remember I was in this situation. I had kids. I had kids prior to meeting my husband. So in this one situation with my first kid's dad, he had a girlfriend and they used to go and be shopping and stuff like that for the baby, which I was very grateful for. But then I started this thing started to happen where it's like every time they buy him something, like his girlfriend would take everything they bought him and she would go and take it to one of my family members' house and show them everything that they bought him. So like the first couple of times I thought, okay, that's, ain't nothing wrong with that. But then just think, after you done got anywhere from 5 to 10 phone calls of them telling you everything that's about to be delivered to your house before they come, that starts to be kind of a little bit suspicious, and you be like, okay then. And so whether I'm wrong, right, or indifferent, what y'all think about it? At a certain point, I started telling her, listen, anything that you bring up, anything that you gonna bring for my son, I really do appreciate it. But you can keep all that shit if you gotta go and show it to everybody else before you come over here and bring it here. And that just is what it is. Was I wrong or was I right? But that's just how I felt about it. You don't gotta go and show it to everybody else. When you start paying some rent or a light bill or something like that right there, then then go and talk about it. Okay. But yeah, that was it. He was crazy for real. Shed lights on ex trafficking. Oh, okay then. Okay. Yeah, then I'm gonna running up in Angie like that. Wait a minute, I need to go back in. Oh girl, TNT, you done said that name. That came close to the girl that I was talking about that was going to show all the stuff that they was buying. Yes, they took him all the way out. Yeah, that part of the movie definitely made my stomach hurt. And took off the. Oh yeah, because they did buy him. They was talking about that time. Hey, Gamma's World. In the thing they was talking about everything that they had helped provide him, and then at that point the mama was like, oh, we don't need y'all for nothing, because they was, I guess that made them feel like a charity case or whatever. But yeah, I ain't never seen nothing like that before. That was definitely cringy. I think that was more cringy than when she actually talked him into getting at her, when she baited him to put hands on her so she can go ahead and do what she got to do. But yes, and that was just a crazy. that movie was definitely crazy. I would definitely tell somebody to go and see it. I just didn't expect it to end that way, but that was definitely a good movie. Yeah, I would have told her to keep all that. Don't need no charity. I said in the beginning, it was fine. Okay, go ahead and show off whatever it is. But then after it started happening like 5, 10, 15 times and everything, girl, you ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing big over there. Yes, divorce. We was talking about the Divorce in Black. Yes. Did you watch that, Gamma? Man, that movie was cringy, but it was good all at the same time. Like, whoo, this mother in Illinois, her son was and made a long post about her son was wrong, and to his friends, if they don't stop to be with him soon, his son, and everyone was upset. Why they was upset at the mother for making that statement? And if she see them heading in that way, um, it's her son to be able to use the story to and encourage them to get their life back right. I just don't. Sometimes you can get people to fight about anything. You put a loaf of bread out there, and they think it's the last thing, and you got a whole truckload behind you. You can get people to fight over that too. Like, people just, and I haven't even seen it, so I have to I heard a little bit about it. I seen one post about it, but I never clicked on it to see it. But I heard that a lady was using her son's situation to like talk some sense into other people. So if you're going to do something, do it from the heart. Yeah, that's the way that I felt about it. And it's like, and after a person can call you and name every single thing that you got in the bag over and over and over and over and over again, it's just like it get way too ridiculous. And so it's like, but back then my mama thought like I was the meanest thing because I said it. And then another thing, one of the other things was if I see your kids, where I had kids, she had kids too. If I see your kids every time and they walking around and every shoe that they got on is Nikes, I don't never see them with Walmart shoes and no nothing. Well, when you come over here to bring shoes for my baby, don't come over here with Walmart shoes. And let me tell you something. I don't have anything against, nothing to do with no Walmart, no nothing. Because I take my kids in there and let them pick whatever pairs of shoes from out of there. I don't got nothing against. Let them be light up shoes, whatever you want them to be. I take them in there and get anything. But you ain't gonna downgrade mine on while you uplifting yours on. So you come over here, your kids wearing all of those Nikes and stuff. And another thing too is I want to say, especially to somebody who's only paying $50 a month in child support, don't come over here bringing my kid no Walmart tennis shoes. You buy your kids Nikes and stuff, bring my kid Nikes and stuff too. Now you get these shoes and you take them back where you got them from, and then when you come correct, then you come back over here. My mama could not stand that I dealt with certain situations, but then too, you also have to realize that I had anger in a whole bunch of different situations, and the anger that I had on the inside of me wasn't necessarily for some of the people that it went out on, but it was like some of those things that was letting little, you know, you got a balloon and it get real tight, and then you release a little bit of the air, a little bit of the air out of it. So some of those situations was coming out. But I still think that right now today, if I was faced with that situation, I would still say the same thing. I wouldn't be grateful for just what you're handing me. Anyways. But I was just trying to say that I had a similar situation like that right there, where somebody is doing this right here for you, and they gotta go and tell 550 people before you even know that it's done, and all them people calling you back to tell you that, oh yeah, I know such and such about to bring over this and this and this and this. Imagine how annoying that gets, that somebody can call you and tell you what somebody finna bring to your house for you, like they did, like they just fed the nation or something. Yeah, upset at the mother for her pain and honesty. I gotta go and see that story. I had seen it, and I think I put it in my watch later. So then let me go back up. That movie was good. Yeah, it absolutely was. If you're going to do something, do it from the heart. Yes, that's true. She then made a post saying she was sad, but sometimes you have to give the lesson. Yeah, absolutely. At this time, at that, and if I'm thinking the story went the way that it go, there is nothing in it. You can't do anything with the pain. And see, I can talk about it because I lost the kid before. I went through that before. If you're going to lose them, and you already going through the pain that you're going through, why not use what you have to talk to somebody else to stop them from going through the same experience or the same pain, whether it's a parent that she talking to, or it's some kid that's out there doing something that's going to land them in the same spot that her son is. She's now earned the right to be able to say whatever it is that she want to say to this world. And those people that don't know what it feels like to lose a kid or whatever, I say to all of them, shut the whole hell up, because you just don't know. If it ain't never happened to you before, you probably shouldn't have nothing to say about it, unless they did something wicked that had the baby leave up out of here. But trying to tell a parent how to deal with the emotions. See, when I went through my thing, I had people that was coming telling me not to cry. Imagine that. Don't cry. Because she was saying, yeah, people absolutely do hate the truth. I see it all the time. I don't care what you're saying. Usually when a person is in the room and they telling the truth, everybody in the room can know that you telling the truth. But it seems like some kind of way they always seem to tell the person that's telling the truth, girl, you so crazy. Girl, you should be quiet. Girl, you need to be quiet or something. It always seems like the one that be in the room telling the truth is the one that being told to shut up. That's something I can't seem to understand why they keep happening. Hey, brown eyes. Good to see you, girl. Because she was saying at first he kept bringing her a bunch of money. Then she thought, where in the world is this money coming from? Because I know you don't work. She said she didn't want the money. She didn't want the money to be bought in her house at all. I know that's right. I know that's right. Um, I'll be crazy. I'll be crazy, but no, yeah. But at the time that something like that happens, you have to figure out how to get that pain out of you in some kind of way. And I'm telling you, it don't. At the time when you're going through that right there, there is not a person. There is not a person that at the time that you're going through that, because going through a situation like that can make you explode, and you don't have no control over what you can say in the moment. You can't listen. I've been in a situation. I went to nursing classes for almost 3 years. I did nursing classes to be a CNA. I took this class and I took CPR twice prior to my son passing away. And I'm just telling this part of it so you know, when this situation happens, you don't know what you're going to be able to do, what you can do, what you won't do in this situation. I'm telling you about, I went through this part. And when it came down to it, I can honestly say I did not know how to do CPR. I literally had to get on the phone because right then in that moment, you're not in your right mind anymore. You in panic mode and your mind is all over the place. You don't know what you're going to do. So I got the knowledge inside of my head and have been to school for this. I don't know, all of this time. I've took several CPR classes. I've worked with the school and all of that stuff before. And I still didn't remember how to. Now, on the phone talking to the dispatch, they're there and they're talking you through it, and then after they're telling you how to do it, it finally clicks in, hey, I know how to do this. And then I'm able to, instead of holding the phone with my shoulder, I'm able to throw the phone down and continue to handle things until the dispatch got there. So what a parent does with that pain, and I just look at it at that from what you all are telling me, she used her pain to possibly speak to somebody else's kid or speak to another parent to deter them from going in the same direction her son is. And anybody who against that, I don't think nobody should care what they got to say anyways. I think she taking her pain and she using it in a positive way. And kudos to her, because she could have kept anything that she said to herself. She could have kept the way that her son passed away. She ain't have to share none of that with anybody. So, unless you've been in that situation, you just don't know. And as long as it made her feel better about what it just cost her because of the way her son left here, then she did what was best for her. I didn't know you were an angel, Mom. I am. Oh, Gamma's World, you too. Wow. Yeah, that's one of the things that I talked about earlier when I came on here. Yep. So one of my worst nightmare, and I said it I've spoke that in my life before, long time ago, way back when, and I spoke it because it was a girl that used to live down the hall from us. that she went to sleep one night, and I don't know, I think back in those days, because I was a kid like during that time, but it was said that like alcohol or intoxication was involved in it or whatever. But she rolled over and slept on top of her little baby. And ever since, like, I knew about that as a little kid, because like they was just, we were in apartments, they lived at one end of the hall, we lived at the other end of the hall. All throughout my life, I always just said, oh, I would never want that to happen to me, I would never want that to happen to me. And it I always said it was my work, it will be my worst nightmare. And I can tell you, it is a nightmare. So, and Gamma, I'm just glad to say that you're still here, and you get to move on to another day. And I still found a way to be, I'm grateful for the time that I had, and I know that there was a purpose for him being here. And I also know that there was a purpose that he was needed for up there. So I'm able to walk in peace with that. And it took me a minute to get there, but I'm able to walk in peace with it. And I hope that the same for you. I hope that for the mom that is now speaking out about her son, that she find peace in whatever it is that she doing to try and help somebody else, not make the same mistakes that her son did, you know, if that's what's going on. Saddest part is Chicago has minority every day talking minorities out in taking minorities out, and nothing can be done to stop it, to include a 4-month-old baby. Woo! I'm and it's like there's nothing you can do. You see, like this world is going to it's crashing and burning quickly. Quickly. I and just to have kids in this world right now is like super duper scary. Um um oh Gamma's up. I had I had a son also. I'm stronger now because I am representing him now. Amen to that. I'm glad to know that you stronger um in your situation. And plus he's somebody who helping look over you and tap you on the shoulder every now and then. um but what was I saying? There's no pain like the loss of, no, it absolutely is not. I mean, whoo, yeah, I can go back to that. And that's kind of like something that I've been able to go back. I've been able to go to that, and I've been able to I feel like walk in total peace with that. Total peace with it. Um and I just want to say shout out to anybody else, anybody who has gone through, anybody who's gone through that. I mean, there's people that showed up in those times, and you can just going them back and thinking about it. There's people that show up that they nervous to say anything to you because what can you what is there to say? They don't know what to say to you in those moments. It's a very, it has to be just going back looking at, I'm on the inside of it going through, but looking back and thinking about the people that showed up and everything, it was just like it's an awkward situation. You looking at them because you feeling awkward, but they're looking at you and they feeling awkward because they don't know, they don't really, there is no peace that they can give you at this time. There is no words that they can say to you to take away this pain that you feeling in this moment or whatever. So I mean, it's a ball of emotions, and I don't want to dig it up for anybody, but some kind of way we got here this conversation. But yes, Gamma's World, there's a lot you probably will hear me drop from time to time. I just don't talk about it a whole lot or whatever, but it's a lot, a whole lot of things a lot of things that happened to me, that I talked about coming on here right out the gate. It's like YouTube was like the thing that it was like my book to come in and scream when I came through the door, because I was really going through some things. And you think about you going through the things you're doing, is like the screaming I was doing at the magnitude I was doing it at, it wasn't working for me. I needed to scream a little bit louder. And what better way to do it than come on here and scream on YouTube what was going on with me? And that meantime, while everybody telling me nothing wrong happened to me, I come on here and I'm gonna tell it to the world. Let me see if you tell me that I'm wrong in front of all of these people with what I say. So and when you telling a kid that they wrong for something, and they know that it's right, there's a mind play that go on inside your head, that even though when things are true, and when they're not true, it still is a mind game of questioning yourself over and over again, because that's where you came from, which is something that I go through all the time. All of that good stuff, go back there. But Tashana, I'm starting a channel next month. I hope that you can be a part of it. Gamma's World, let me know. Let me know what it is. I just there's a whole lot of conversation, but I know I get a lot of people that say like and I don't really want to say like they surface conversations. I'm like the kind of person, and I kind of, when I go on to other people's panels, like I kind of try to stay mindful of like how far they want to go, because my trauma is so deep and in so many different ways. Once we get on the conversation and I'm enthralled in a conversation, I'm deep in, like I got all kinds of questions. I got all kinds of things that I want to say. And yeah. So I don't like just like let's skim across the surface of it. Like I'm gonna get into a conversation. I wanna deep dive so we can all learn something from that thing or whatever. But just as sure, Gamma's World, let's see. And the first thing I'm gonna do is I definitely will put it on the altar, and if it's meant to be, we gonna do some things. Yes, ma'am. And hey, Miss Anita, how you doing? It's been a minute since I seen you. I hope all is going well. We was just on here running our mouth about a whole bunch of different things. Y'all know how it is when we do the little talks or whatever be brought up in the chat. That's what we gonna talk. We gonna talk about it, because y'all know I come on here and unless I come on here with something specific to say, I don't be having. I don't. I'm going through something. At the time, I don't mind. I love having conversation. If you type it in the chat, we gonna talk about it, as long as you being respectful. We ain't playing no games with no snakes and no worms and no bugs over here. You come in being a bugaboo, we'll boot you right on up out of here. But I like having conversation. I like people asking questions and doing it. You're not alone. My grown kids always try to make me feel like I'm wrong, invading their life. I speak the truth. Ooh, TNT. Woo, was you over here? Listen, I don't know, because I know you probably done heard me. I get them all. And I definitely go through that when there's points where my kids want me. Like, I'm gonna tell you one of the things that kids love to do. And y'all know I got 14 of them, right? So the adult ones, they will call you and tell you about what part of the story like they want you to find. And then when you give them their advice, listen, I even had one time that they want to be able to call you and tell you about all of the stuff that they're going through, but they don't really want to hear the advice or whatever, what comes after whatever they done told you. So I don't even have one daughter like the, shush me or whatever. Honey, one time she was so mad with me, she hung the phone. She hung the phone up with me. Them kids, the grown kids don't want to be hearing none of that stuff. They want to tell you about the stuff they're going through. And especially if they telling you something that happened and it ain't that you can't necessarily be on their side because you already see, this is where you went wrong here, right here. So what that other person told you over here at the right time, you don't know what you talking about, Mom. I was like, okay, I'm just the little person that you called and tried to ask a question to. But yeah. And then later on, then they find out that you actually told them the truth, and then they have to figure out their little way to nudge back up under you. But when they need money and goes left, I'm the one who saves them. I'm over it. That's what I said. I just said on here the other day. When your kids be growing up, you be like, I can't wait for you to start walking. I can't wait for you to start talking. And then when they start walking and talking, you be like, sit your ass down somewhere and shut up. All at the same time. So it's like they all done growed up. And so in my mind, I was thinking, once they get grown and get out your hair and they go and do their things, then you ain't got to worry about it. Honey child, I just said the other day, I'd rather go back right now and have all 14 of them as babies at the same time than to be going through the shit that I go through while they adults. So, and I know that sounds crazy for somebody to be saying they want 14 crying babies at the same time. Honey, I can do it. I can do it. But it ain't really that serious. But when your kids become adults, they come with adult problems. And sometimes some of the problems that you made big mistakes in, but you can tell them the remedy of how you don't make the same mistake that I made. And for some kind of reason, they always seem to want to go and do the same thing, the same exact thing that we did. Now tell me I'm lying. But it hurts. I'm all spent out. I love them, but I'm not going for the disrespect no more. Let my husband Ooh, see TNT too, even with that. I'm struggling with that because I've been the one that's been like everything, like trying to be Superwoman with everything. And right now, I'm very uncomfortable because I used to be the one that I cook every single night. I make sure everything is off. And right now, I'm like, because everything is started over new for me. I came back home after being gone for like a month or whatever. And now like my husband is running it one way. And so I'm kind of like standing back and watching things. And I feel if you can say anything, I would say that I feel guilty that I'm standing back and just watching like how he do his thing and kind of just like, I guess I just feel like I need to be doing something at all times. I don't know what relax mode feel like, but that's definitely a good one. That's without you even knowing, that's an encouragement for me to let my husband deal with them. If I can't say what I want to say to my kids, don't ask me for money. Okay, I'm definitely down with that right there. Don't even worry about it. You know what? Go ahead and handle your stuff your own. Go ahead and handle your stuff the own way. Then when you get in trouble, don't come bother with me. You say you didn't know that I started watching you in the garden. Oh, really? 14 different personalities, Gamma. Oh, I thought at least I can get maybe 2 or 3 of them that got the same personality. When I tell you, I got every personality that you can think of with all 14 of them. Everybody is different. Even down to having one that used to be so quiet that people used to say, I don't even remember him as a kid. I used to have someone like that all the way to the ones that was the loudest one. And they're going to be out there doing everything. They're going to be trying it all. All over the place. But absolutely 14 different 14 different personalities. Yes, ma'am. Yes, been there. Some that I'm not missing. I'm not missing the begging or my phone ringing all day. I know that's right, and that's why I say too. Sometimes you get like that. They get mad at you and disappear. I always say, honey, enjoy your vacation that you on, because you think and your feeling genuinely your feelings be hurt when they be mad at you in the beginning. It's according to what part of the process that you in. But honey, I learned that after being hurt, and with 14 kids, that hurt done came around several times, several times in all different kinds of ways, right? But when you learn like what you have in front of you, there's little blocks or whatever that you start to build up, and no more, it doesn't hurt the same way that it hurt before. And now it's like you do things different. Um, And when the things that they used to try before, it no longer work because it bounced right back onto them. And before they know it, they think the move that they made to hurt you, it then turned around and slapped the hell out of them. So I'm learning that just go ahead and accept your vacation. Let them be mad at you. They'll be back. They will be back. Trust and believe. They will be back. And then you'll be like, oh, here they come. Yes, been there. Some that I'm not missing. The big and I, yeah. No, I not one twin. Not a one. They all right behind each other. Um, yeah. No twins. If it was that easy, hard not to worry about my babies. I'm always worrying. Yes, that's exactly what I'm going through. Yeah, I know how to grind with Hudson. I was just talking about you a few minutes ago. We had Callie had her surgery too, and we were just in here saying our little prayers and everything over y'all. So I'm glad to see you up in the chat. I hope everything is going good for you. Yeah, that's hard, but you have to. Um, I had to bring my husband to. But look at she even Pretty Brown even saying she don't remember. She know what it's one of my sons that she always say I don't remember him, but he was always like I got one son that he would be in the house, straight A student, but would be in the house and he would like to get pieces of paper and he would actually be in the house getting on everybody's nerve because especially like if he wanted to trace something, he always thought the TV was the best place for him to go up to in the TV where they were in the porch and put his paper on the TV to do his tracing. Meanwhile, everybody in there screaming at him to get his dang on paper from off the TV. But he ain't care. That's that's how it was. As long as he can get whatever it is he want to draw, he off doing his own thing. But yeah, some of them just they ain't really deal with people, and other ones was very out there and outspoken. Have you all noticed how today's kids are weak? They all on social media. That's why. Now, please hit the thumbs up, you all. I really appreciate that. Yeah, yeah, that because they spending a lot of time not playing around with other kids. Now my kids now, like they don't really socialize like my other kids did. We live like right in front of a park or whatever, but now it's like we like on this big property, and when they come out and they get around, they come out and they get around, out here. So it's a different kind of getting out and about. But yeah, for the most part is all of them sit in front of it. I made different decisions with these last ones that I got here. No cell phones, no none of that stuff right there, because I done learned some valuable lessons with some cell phone. Every lesson by the time you got 14 children and your oldest one is 33 years old, you done had every experience it is. Uh just trust and believe. You know, I had all of the experiences. I thank you all for all the prayers. Yeah, again, growing with Hudson. I'm glad you're in here. Good, recovering well so far. All righty then. Hopefully the same thing for you and Kelly. Speedy recovery. And see y'all just like that. I came on here and I didn't have nothing to really talk about, but then we ended up having something to talk about thanks to y'all in the chat that had plenty to talk about. Even if we just said, y'all know about a movie, if you just want to talk about something, you got this right here going on. You don't never know. None of us never know what any of us have going on, and we can be feeling like we out there on a limb all alone by ourselves. And sometimes if we don't never speak up and say something, then we don't know that we all the limb you think you out there sitting riding on alone by yourself, there's somebody else that's camouflaged that's sitting on the same limb. The only thing you need to do is just speak up and say something, and you just never know what that starts. Because sometimes, for whatever reason, even though you're going through the worst of the worst, it's something about knowing that somebody else has either gone through or going through the same thing that you're going through. And sometimes it's for the encouragement that things can and will get better. Just stay the course and know that they absolutely get better. I have so many reasons to be thankful for even being here. I have so many reasons to even be thankful to even be here on this computer, even talking to y'all, because I could be behind bars for some of the decisions that I wanted to make over my life and everything. So I'm just thankful for even being here to be able to say, hey y'all. So and I'm glad to be home to TNT, even though we haven't really worked out a whole bunch of everything, but this is how my process is going. We working things out the way that we working things out. But I told y'all in the beginning, whatever it was that we was going through, I didn't have no plans on leaving my husband. What I got plans on leaving behind is all the stuff that came with it. I can't do that. So, but I absolutely want my marriage. We've been here for 25 years now. At this point, what's the point in throwing it? What's the point in throwing it away? And it ain't that serious. Everything that we went through in that situation doesn't really per se. I can't really just tie it to our marriage. I almost feel like it's like the last piece of whatever it is that I'm going through that's been happening in every situation. Because in everything that's been going on in my life, the same thing that happened with my husband, it has happened with almost everybody else in my family. But I feel like he was the last one that held like that special place that I feel like it was the hardest to break that part off. And so whatever um it is, y'all pray for the child. Pray for me, And the same thing, whatever you pray for me, I pray for you tenfold. Hope you get it back tenfold. Now, if you're praying them bad prayers over me, then you're gonna get that back too 10 times more than what you sent it over here to me for. So I'm genuinely saying, whatever you pray for me on, I pray for you to receive it back tenfold what you asked for me. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Y'all, over here, we are about growing. We said that we weren't going to be over here but for an hour tonight. But see, we already done hit that hour and a half mark. And then the next thing you know, we'll be on the 30 minutes. I'll be done said we finna get up out of here. I don't know how many times and still ain't left nowhere. But it be like that. It be like that sometimes. But I appreciate you all from the bottom of my heart, because there's times when I want to come on here and I want to cry. And ain't nothing wrong with crying. I'm learning that over and over again, because I also thought at one point in my life, crying is like a weakness for me, because I've always been taught my whole life, look at you sitting over there crying. What you crying for? You ain't got to cry about this. I went through that all of my life. So it taught me, anytime I was in a moment of where I'm angry or ready to go off or whatever, I don't care nothing about nobody seeing me crying in those ways. But if I was ever genuinely hurt about something, or I felt sad about something, I always felt stupid if I cried. And I'm no longer in that place, which is why I can come on here and on YouTube. And when I feel a certain type of way, sometimes I don't want to do it, but I come on here and let it flow. Let it flow, let it flow, let it flow. Everything's gonna work out right, Okay, a little bit of Tony. Go listen to Tony. She'll tell you, let it flow. It'll work out. So No point to throwing it away. No point at all. None at all. And I already said that anytime this man has been so good to me. In every marriage you go through gonna have its ups and downs. But I'm here to tell you, it to me it doesn't make any sense to end it, because I've always said there are so many great things that he's done to me and supported me in, that even if we weren't together, I could still see myself taking care of him for the rest of his life if need be. I could see that. So what's the point? What is the point? Trust me, I get it. I get it. I've been married for 23 years in October. Okay, then, and see my anniversary is next month. And y'all, I'm still looking for what I'm going to do, because my birthday coming up here on August 7th, and I still don't have a plan. I never made plans for my birthday. I don't never really celebrate my birthday. But this year I feel like I'm going to do something. I just don't know what I'm going to do. And I don't care if it's like last minute, the last second or something. I know, I just feel it. I feel it this time. That I'm going to do something this time for my birthday. And we gonna see. You know, it's just I always be the last one on my list, and I'm working on changing that, putting myself first versus last. Hey Linda. How you doing tonight? I'm grateful because I understand more as I get older that we're all on borrowed time. Absolutely. All on borrowed time. And the whole time that I've been here, I don't know how much longer I have to be here, but everything that I have and everything that I am, I have poured it into everybody else. And right now I'm in that season of it's time to be selfish, and it's hard as hell being selfish. I wouldn't say that like it's hard. It's uncomfortable. It's an uncomfortable place for me right now, but you know, talking to myself on a day-to-day basis that it's okay to think about you. So he gets on my nerve. I want to leave, but he provides a good lifestyle, and I feel stuck. Girl, that's one of my songs. Tamia, Stuck With You. That's my song right there. Yep. Just like a preacher. Girl, this last 3 days, if you said my name, I was crying, LOL. But yeah, that just in this live alone is just, I was just talking about you in the beginning because I knew that you had surgery or whatever. But I'm so glad that everything went through. We had talked about it before anyway. So I'm grateful because I understand more as I get older that we are here on borrowed time. Okay, I read that one. Yes, I will pray. It's crazy. I needed this tonight. Didn't want to tell my sister. Better tell strangers. They don't judge me. Yeah, you just don't never know. And sometimes some of the things that we feel judged on or whatever, the person, even though you can feel judged by something that you say to somebody, you still won't know that they going through the same thing because they just don't decide to tell you. Well, then what if you find out some years down the line the very thing that you were scared to say to them, didn't know that you was giving them a breakthrough, and after you done told them, you done lifted a burden up off of them, and they feel a little bit better about what they got going on, but they just didn't tell you that you just lifted something up off of their chest. Yeah. So I'm definitely feeling like I'm gonna do something for my birthday this year, but I just don't know yet. And my daughter gonna ask me how does it feel to be so close to 50. I told her, send me that text message when I get closer to 50, because I ain't there yet. I ain't there yet. I still got 2 more years before I get there. So text me back and ask me that when I get there. But right now, I don't know nothing about it. That's because your life has been taking care of it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, is but on this side of 50 I come first. Yeah, it took me all this time to get there. It's like I'm about to turn 48 years old, and it's still hard to, it being like a mama. You ever feel like you you go somewhere and you go and grab yourself something to eat? It's like you got to get rid of the evidence before you get back to your kids, but you've been out running around doing all the stuff that you need to do for them and doing this over here, and you still trying to get rid of the evidence because you don't want your kids to feel like you forgot about them or something. I do stuff like that. Even I feel guilty if I've been out somewhere and then I went and got something and then I just come home with the stuff that's left in my hand is like, and I don't bring nobody else nothing back. See, I be feeling guilty about stuff like that. But all of that stuff, I'm gonna work on it. um, yeah, I'm still young. That's why I told my daughter. I said next time you need to copy. And you hear what I said? I said the oldest is 33 years old and I'm 48. Put those numbers together. How long that I've been raising kids, but I started before then because I've been doing it. Um, my sister Shalissa, my mom was a single parent, so when I was 11 years old, I was almost responsible for Shalissa, um, as if she was my kid from the age of 11, and ultimately ended up becoming responsible for her because my mom passed away before they became adults. So there it is. One more thing. So it is hard to be selfish, but I'm trying hard to put in a little bit. Let me tell you, say even Gamma, you be encouraging me and you don't know it. For me, like you take yourself out to lunch and stuff like that. That's something that my sister Shalissa does, and I always say I feel so weird going to do that by myself. But to go, and my sister actually told me, she said, you don't even understand when you go there by yourself. It's like, it's so peaceful. It's almost kind of like working in the garden, spending time with only yourself and your thoughts and everything. She's like, try it sometime. So when I seen you doing that the other day, just to go and taste test some stuff or whatever, and just to go to like different places and stuff like that, that's an encouragement for me. And I'm sure if you're encouraging me in that way, to be able to just go out and enjoy your own self, period. If you're encouraging me in that way, then I know you're encouraging somebody else to do the same. So I'm paying attention. I'm in class. I'm trying to get it from every which way that I can get it in, the encouragement to um self-love. Love yourself. That's what I say. So you all, it's been great hanging out here with you all, and hopefully we growed in some type of way today, and hopefully you all have been growing, and even in that self-care where we need to grow at tonight, then let's grow in the self-care and let's encourage each other. And it's okay to take care of yourself. You can take care of the other people that's around too, but you got to be able to take care of you to be able to take care of those people that's on the outside of you. So thank you all for coming over here with Life with Tashana, where life is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're gonna get, and it really is like that over here. It's a box of chocolate, and yesterday was dark chocolate. Today we had chocolate with caramel on the inside of it. So it turned out pretty good. But and milk chocolate, not dark chocolate. But they say dark chocolate is good for you, but you know but you all, I'm gonna get ready to say good night, and I hope you all have an amazing night. And again, tenfold to you. Thank you all again. Y'all have a good night. See you next time.